nerds, welcome back to another chaotic update. This is update 35. And today we're gonna talk about books, knitting, as well as crocheting, loads of shawls, and we're definitely swifting in the fall mood. If that isn't clear. If you like this kind of videos and you want to be updated about my reading, my knitting and my crochet, like this video, subscribe, and you will never miss one again. And I highly recommend to do so in spooky season. That is my time to shine, guys. As usual, let's do book first. I finished Hamlock and Silver by Tee Kingfisher. 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I think I might like this better than That on Bone, which was my favorite dark fairy tale by Tee Kingfisher. I think this topped it. This was so good, and the main character is so relatable to me. This is a Snow White retelling, and it definitely has a different twist, and I loved it. And the main character is so direct and sarcastic, and sometimes she has a dark sense of humor, and I love it. I have that dark sense of humor. It was so good to me. I don't know how I can explain to you how good it is. And it is mostly because I connected with the main character so much. This is about Anya, and she's a healer, or they gave her that title out of respect, but actually she is a poison expert. And therefore she can heal people that has been poisoned, but that's it. Like, she doesn't heal any other people. But she does her job well. She takes it very serious, and she has a lot, she does a lot for her job, including trying poisons and trying the cures on herself. And one day she is just trying poison, and the king walks in telling her that he indeed killed his wife, and he expects that his daughter is poisoned and she has to come to the castle to save his daughter. And there is some romantic love interest in this book, which I did not find annoying, which is a good thing because that usually happens. This is sort of a portal fantasy as well. It was just really good. And if you like Tee Kingfisher or like fairy tale retellings a bit on the darker side, you should try it. Yeah. I'm gonna blab about that book for a long time, I fear. I also read Mislaid in Part Half Known by Shanan McGuire. This is the 10th series in the Wayward Children series. I really like this book, but it is definitely a sequel to the Lost and Found book. I think I'm over bright. Am I? Yeah, probably. Second. That's better. We follow the same character while she is on the school for wayward children, and they soon found out that her special power is to find lost things, including doors, which makes her a target. So she and her friends help her flee back to the Lost and Found shop. They end up back in the Lost and Found shop. They have to deal with some situations there, and I really enjoyed it. I really like the books where the group comes together and we see multiple characters that we have seen in previous books. I think those are my favorite. Or I really need to like the land we're going to, because it is portal fantasy. So in this series you see so many different lands and worlds that it is very depending on if you like the world or not. And that's kind of what happened in this other book. It's the newest book in that series. It's Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear by Shanan McGuire. And this is a book set in one of those worlds. So you follow a new character in the world they get sucked into. And And this book should have, that it had everything I like, so it should be a book that I would liked or would have been one of my favorites, because it's in a turtle world. But it's a turtle and tortoise, and the tortoise are not really there. And those are my favorite. And this is about the main character that has been brought from Russia to the USA and being adopted. And she has a special thing with tortoise, so she ends up in the land. But there are more so turtles there too. And she's fine with that. Even though that she acknowledges it's different, and tortoise are her favorite too, but she falls in love with a turtle that's gonna help her out as a friend. And it was a good book. I gave it 4 stars, but it was not one of my, or I think I gave it 3 stars. But it's not one of my favorites in that series. The world was a bit flat to me. I don't know. It didn't grip me as some of the other books did. All other books I've read will be in one of the 13 vlogs for Halloween. So I don't really want to talk about them now because you're getting a full vlog on them. But that makes it hard to talk about books in spooky season. So next up is the knitting and crocheting. This week I do not have a finished object, but one is very close. And it has been treated like a finished object recently. I am talking about the Easy Now Shawl by Miriam Molenbeek. This is it. I don't know how far you can see. Yeah. It's a bit longer. I have done all the repeats the pattern is asked for. And however, this pattern is asking for DK weight, and I'm doing it on fingering weight. I did really like the fabric that it gave me on 4mm needles, so I'm still using the same needles, but I'm using fingering weight instead of DK, so obviously my cage is off. Which was fine by the designer. This was a test knit, and she didn't ask for it to be finished during the test knit because it was only a few weeks, and you know, a shawl takes longer for most people. Otherwise I would not, if she didn't specify that, I would not have asked to be in the test. But she said I could use fingering weight. So I still want to give her the measurements of how fingering weight does with just her repeats and how many more I'm going to do. Stuff like that. So she might use that information if she desires so. And I have done all the repeats. And I really like how it looks. It's very drapey. It could use a bit, but I think for me personally, it would be fine, but I prefer it to be a tiny bit longer. But it's good enough. Like I'm tiny. But it is not, I'm just shy of the measurements. I haven't done the border, but the border is gonna give me 5 more centimeters, and I am around 10 off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make 1 more repeat and then do the border. So my shawl will be a tiny bit bigger than hers, but then she has the options to put both instruction in if you want. If she wants, you can give that information out. And then people can choose on which side they want to be. I really like it. I'm happy with the result. It's very drapey. I love it. And now it's blocked. You can actually see the lace way better. But I was also itching to cast something new. So that's what I did. Because this was blocking anyway, so it felt right. But yeah, and 1 more repeat. For the Easy Now Shawl by Miriam Molenbeek. I knit this on fingering weight from Black Friday sock yarn by Hobie on 4mm needles. And everything you want to know about it, my gauge and all that stuff is linked down in, is on my Ravelry page, which I have linked down for you. Every project will be linked down below, so you can check them out if you need more information or I forget to tell you stuff. what I cast on was something from the Nightmare Before Christmas knitting book. I've been wanting to make this last year and didn't get to it. And my mom bought me the yarn last year for Christmas. So I wanted to make it now. And it's the Sally dress scarf wrap. I really love this. But again, I'm working off gauge. That seems to be a thing. This actually asked for fingering weight. However, I am doing it on DK weight. I am using Hobie Winter Glow. The exact color numbers are listed in my project page, but there is pink, teal, mustard yellow, and black. And I've started yesterday, so I'm only a tiny bit in. This is it. But it is done in Mosaic knitting, and that is new to me. And it turns out it's very easy. This is so much easier than normal color work because you only work with one color in a row, and the other color you just keep with slipping stitches, and that makes it so easy. So I'm very excited about this. I was like, oh, it's color work, it's gonna take forever. But I think that's not the case because this is way faster than normal color work for me. I did not gauge watch. Normally I'm a good girl and I always gauge watch, but I was like, this is a shawl. It doesn't matter if it is a tiny bit bigger or a tiny bit shorter. It will be fine. And I was anxious to start, so that's what I did. I started. The pattern asked for a 3.5mm needle. I used 4.5. The yarn asked for 4.5, and I was like, it's probably gonna be fine because I'm a tight knitter anyway, so I usually have to go a needle size up. And if this is bigger, well, good for me. Then it's extra warm. Yeah, so it's not much to show you yet, but I love it already. And then I picked up an old project. I started this in spring. But then I really wanted to focus on my summer knitting, so that is what I did. And now that summer knitting and the crochet is done, I'm picking this back up. It's the seaglass tee. I am doing the crochet version. And I'm doing it in all purples. And this is the knit / crochet along for the Dutch breidagen, which means the knitting days. And it's going to be held in Nijkerk on the 17th and the 18th of October. I really want to go, but it all depends if my treatment goes well and I can drive, because Nijkerk is a long way from me. So what I'm doing is I have started this on the knitting days that were held in the beginning of the year, in spring, in Breidagen. I went with my friend. I bought some more purple yarns there, so I incorporate those, and then hopefully I can wear it on the knitting days this October. But there is still a lot that has to be done. It is fingering weight, and this is classic 1x1 color work, so it goes slow. But this is the only in the round thing I have. I'm still working on the yoke, so I have to pay attention to rows, to do decreases, but this is a project that I don't have to look at the pattern too much. So I really hope I can fly through this now if I focus on it. I have gone up hook size. I was too lazy to rip back. And since I haven't done much, I don't think it matters because it's going to be up here. But it was really, I did gauge watch for this. But on the sweater it turned out so tight and I didn't really like the fabric. So I went up hook size. And because it is top down and I can just fit this on and see if it's okay for me or if it needs to be wider or with less width, I think it's gonna be fine. I still need to measure my new gauge, see how off it is, or if my tight gauge was off, because you know, that is more accurate than the gauge swatch I made, obviously, because it's bigger. I have a project page for this and I really hope that all the yarns are on there, because I have no clue what it's all from. I know a lot of them are from Atelier Wool based, but there were some new to me dyers. There were some yarns that I swapped with somebody else. There is some Hobie yarn in there. This is Hobie Black Friday. We have some Hobie Friends sock yarn in there. So I hope that I put all the dyers for the yarns in that page in the spring. But I am excited to get to this. I love how it looks. And you just pick 2 different colors for every row. And luckily crochet, I can crochet over the ends, so I don't have to weave them all in anymore. This is how the inside looks. So yeah, I am very happy. And I hope to focus on this a bit more. Because if my treatment works, I would like to go to the knitting days. And then obviously you want to wear the sweater everyone is working on. The crochet seaglass is a pattern for tee, but obviously you can lengthen the sleeves very easily. So that is what I intend to do if I have time. Otherwise I might need to wear it with a cardigan. We will see. But when I was digging up this old project, I also found another one. And I started this 2 years ago during the spooky months. And I worked on it that fall. I worked on it fall last year, but it's still not done. This is the Lift Your Spirit shawl by Amanda Menes. And it has ghosties in it. I'm so excited about this. But this pattern is different every single row, which means that I have to look at the pattern for almost every stage. There are 4 repeats every row. By the time I've memorized it, it's a new row and I need to do something else. So that's why it is taking me so long. But I really want to finish it this year. I love how it looks. And the yarn feels really soft. It is not the nicest to crochet with, because it is so loosely spun that your hook really traps it easily. I don't know if you can see, but it's basically 4 threads loose. Not spun at all. And I'm getting at a part where it is almost wearable. I really wanted to do the big one because it has 2 ghosts, but that might be too big for me. So maybe it is good enough if I do the small one. I am not sure if I can still choose that or if I'm over that point. I have to check, but I'm making this with Dahlia Halloween from Hobie. This is color 2. I think it was called Haunted House. So it is perfect for this, ghost shawl. So yeah, I really want to work on this now too, which means I have 3 shawls going. I haven't worked on it yet, but I want to. So I think first, I am currently filming a Nightmare Before Christmas vlog. So I will focus on the Nightmare Before Christmas shawl. Then I really have to finish the Easy Now shawl because it's so close to being done. And then I can focus on this one. But it looks so good. Look at the ghosties. And the first ghosties are so close to being done. I might have already started the I don't know. No, I don't think I've started the second ones. I have to check the pattern, but it's such a fall pattern. So I've worked on it every fall, but I feel like I want this end product. I've been wanting it for a while. This is the year. I want to finish it. Then I have one more project, which is the Granny Squares Cardigan by Prolana. This side shows it better. I believe it's the twin set grannies. I'm currently on the granny square part. My mom wanted different granny squares. I let her choose. And she wanted the standard ones. So I've made 2 in this color. 6 in this color. And 1 in this. So 9 new squares. I'm just working slowly on it. I don't like to do a lot of granny squares at a time. But the Sally pattern, I need a pattern for. Depending on where I'm at with the Easy Now shawl, I need a pattern for, but now it was blocking. So if I really needed something that I could make without watching it, I have been doing granny squares. Tonight is the night that I will be watching the last 2 episodes of Wednesday. I'm very excited about it. And I will make granny squares then too, because then I can just watch Wednesday. Whereas the color work, I have to look a bit because I changed colors. So that's how stuff gets done there. But it's good because it's gonna be a Christmas present. So it's good that I keep working on it slowly. And that's it. I haven't worked on the Halloween blanket, unfortunately. I really want to get back to it. But honestly, my priority is not there right now. I want to see how far I can get next week in the Sally scarf. Then I want to finish the other scarf, get some things off my needles right, and then get past the yoke for the sweater or tee, depending on how much time I have. And then I can just do that in the round, and then I don't need a pattern, it's gonna be easy. So that is all more important for me to do now and get a head start in because the deadlines are sooner. I feel like I can do the blanket later if I just push through hard enough. If I get the sweater done for the breidagen, I still have 2 weeks for Halloween. If I push hard and, I focus just on that Halloween blanket, in those 2 weeks it will be done. But otherwise I will still love it in November. So it's okay. Acquisitions. I myself did not purchase things. However, 2 other people were so kind to send me things, and I want to say a thank you. First off, a big thank you to Kate. She sent me the Ghost Locket by Allison Rushby. This is the writer who wrote the Turnkey of Highgate Cemetery. This is a war book, and I normally don't like war books, but Kate told me you need to read it, and I trust Kate. Kate has very similar reading taste than I do, and she was right. I love this book. And this one is a Christmas spooky story. I'm gonna love it. I am saving it for the Christmas season because I just enjoy it so much more than. But this has to be, it's gonna be so good. And it is so pretty. So big thanks to Kate. And Barbara asked me if it was okay if she sent her copy of the Book Eaters to me. She didn't like it well enough to keep it on her shelves, and she knew I wanted to read it, and I was like, oh yes, please, thank you. And then she sent me this beauty. She sent me the special edition from Illuminate. And I had no idea. I thought she was just gonna send me the paperback. But no, she sent me this stunning thing. with sprayed edges. And this is the back. And then the hardcover itself is also very pretty. Look. So I hope I love this book because I definitely want to keep this on my shelves. I've heard that it is mostly vibes. I'm here for vibes. Yeah, I'm very interested. This is about people eating books. I don't know exactly. I know this is about a mom in that community, and she has a son that needs to eat souls, and children are very rare in that community, so she flees with her son to find a cure for him. It sounds interesting. I don't know a lot about the plot, and I just want to see what this book brings me, but I think it is gonna be good vibes for spooky season. So also huge thanks to Barbara. I just really wanted to mention it because it feels so special if you find books all of a sudden in your mailbox. I don't know. I really liked it. So thank you guys. But that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe if you want to see more spooky tales from me. The content will be up from next week on. We're doing 2 live shows. One crafty live show, one reading sprint, and then 2 spooky book videos a week. 1 haunted bakery video a week. Oh, and there will be videos for a not so spooky Sims save file. So this is definitely the time to join in our little community. So we're happy to have you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!